Okay, now we're live. Hi, Laura. I'm about ready to have a meltdown. Nothing is going right. I was trying to get my icing bag filled and still haven't gotten it done with all the technical problems. But say hey when you come on. Some of you might have seen me already on while I was trying to move my iPad and stuff around and it wouldn't work, and I didn't know I was live, so crazy. So, sorry I'm a few minutes late. I was ready. Everything just keeps going on. I've even called 911 today with my cell phone, putting it in the holder, so it's been a day. And then I was trying to send a message to tell you I was going live in my community text, and it won't let me send any messages, so I have to contact support, so there's that. And I pay a lot for that text service. So, anyway, while you're all hopping on, I'm just using my paint and patch, which is our faux whip topping. And this is my very favorite. It has the best consistency. I don't have to add paint to it. I don't have to thin it down. It is perfect. So I'm just putting it in my icing bag, and I had planned to have that already, and I have not. I mean, I was trying to, and just everything kept going wrong. So the iPad I was going to use for comments that I usually use, it did not charge. I don't know what's wrong with it. I've been having problems with it some, but it did not charge. And so then I put it on the charger, and it still wasn't charged enough. So I don't know. I was just having a time. But anyway, let's start over. Hello. It's night number 2 and the final night of our hot cocoa tutorial. I'm being creative with Miss, and I am not an expert in this. Some of you have offered suggestions and stuff that you know more about or that you use, and I had that disclaimer last night. I just do it for fun. I'm not in any groups. I'm not in any paid tutorials. I just like messing in it. So that's all. So I just tell you what I know. It doesn't mean it is the best thing. I mean, I'm just telling you my experience and how I do them. And you can take it or leave it and sort out what you like and what you don't like. So anyway, yeah, I get this spackle from Home Depot, and it's called Patch and Paint. And I have used lots of different kinds, and they clog, they just do all kinds of stuff. It's not worth the headache, the mess, the untaken out of a bag to get a clog, whatever. That is fabulous. And I always had to add white to the other ones. A lot of them are more of a gray when they dry, but this one's fantastic. So I really, really like it. So anyway, but I wasn't going to cover that till later because I should have already had that in the bag. So anyway, I'm glad you're here tonight. I have everything prepped, and we are going to work in resin first thing. But if you didn't join us last night, go back and catch that live, and then you'll kind of be up to speed, and you won't have near the questions that you'll have if you don't watch it. I did do a supply sheet today, and this day has not gone as planned. Some things popped up that I didn't expect to pop up, and I wish it would have gone differently, but I'm just trying to take a deep breath. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's fine. But I do have the sheet done, and I took the time, instead of just typing out the supply list, I took the time to add links. So anything that's underlined on the sheet is clickable. So I will send it in an email tonight when I get done. I would have done it before, but I couldn't get, well, that's a whole other story. My computer was just turning, and I don't know what was wrong with it. I had to shut down and restart the Microsoft thing. Anyway, all those links are clickable. So you can click on them. It'll take you to wherever I get it. If you're a regular part of my page, you've heard me say this a gazillion times. Some of the Amazon links are affiliate links. The rest of them are not. I'm just trying to help you out. So even if you don't get it, like, go to that link and it will show you a picture and tell you about it. You can read reviews about it, whatever, and use that as a reference. So you can screenshot it, whatever. It will give you all kinds of information, be able to see the picture, read about it, all that. So you can, I just got a mad face, I don't know why. But I took the extra time to do that just so it would make it easier for you. In searching it out, like at Michael's, I get the Model Magic Clay there a lot. It's $4.99 a package. On Amazon, it's $3.69. But if you have a coupon at Michael's, you could get it for about the same. So it's just whatever's handy to you. You might not have a Michael's, so you can grab it on Amazon. I get the paint and patch at Home Depot. I don't know where else they have it. That's just where I always get it. I get it. They don't have it on Amazon. So I'm like, most of those links aren't even affiliate links. So don't think I'm just like, well, she just did that. You know, like I'm not plugging any of my own things. And even my Amazon links, I make like literally pennies on the dollar. But they're helpful. I use them for supplies, like packing supplies and stuff like that, so I can keep my shipping prices down. That's usually what I use it for, bubble wrap. And so anyway, I guess I just say, I always feel guilty for doing that. So I'm just trying to say, if you click on any of those links, use it. You know, you can order it, absolutely, but also use it for information. Just click, just like screenshot it or whatever, because that's easier than you writing me, you know, looking it up, sending it to you and all that. Then you don't have to wait for me to get back to you. You have instant information. So that's why I did that. So that being said, let's get started. So last night I showed you these. We made our snowman marshmallows, and I made some chocolate chips today and painted them. So I have those ready, and some graham crackers and stuff. And then I had to go ahead and do some resin cups this afternoon. And I did them at probably 3, and it's already, I mean, it'll leave my fingerprint if I do that, but it won't matter because the whip topping goes there. But it's set up. I mean, so that's kind of neat. But I was kind of trying to hurry, and when I let the resin sit a little bit, maybe 45 minutes, I check it. It might not be ready, and I'm not going to say an exact time because everyone's humidity or temperature or whatever is different. So this is the cup that I showed you where you put the plaster in the bottom to make it heavy, and there's a pack of 12 of those from Home Goods for $12.99, and they had all different kinds, cute ones. So that's an alternative, you know, as well. But I went ahead and put like my marshmallows, and I put some of the peppermint sprinkles and stuff in there, and I put them in a little bit too soon because they kind of floated into the middle a little bit, and that will mostly get covered up. So you'll see probably a lot more than I would normally have. So I went ahead and added some on the outer edges. So that's why that looks like that. So then I have the green one already ready to go for our whip topping and snowman. So, but before we start that, I will make the resin with you just so you can see me do it. And you'll see it's really simple. And I checked again today, like I stuck my nose right down in it, and I could, you know, like smell a little bit, but like when I'm just standing there mixing, I couldn't even smell anything. So I don't know, to me it doesn't have a strong smell at all. So I think there were some questions about that last night. So anyway, so are you loving this? Do you think that you will attempt it? Do you think you'll make it? I hope you do. And you know, like this was $19.99 at Michael's, and it is 2 8-ounce bottles, so it's 16 fluid ounces all together because you always put equal parts. So I have this on your sheet, but you can also screenshot that. But there's another kind that I linked in Amazon that's really good, and I think it's $17. But with Michael's, I used a coupon. I think right now on their website it's like 30% off. I'm not sure about in-store, but you can check that and see if you have a Michael's. So anyway, but like last time I went, they gave me, with my receipt, another coupon, and that's happened so many times, 40% off your next purchase. So that's how I bought my resin, to save more money, and then paid, you know, quite a bit less for it. So anyway, so I ended up paying, what, $11.99 for it, I think. But it goes a long way, like a really long way. So this is the paint that I'm going to use in it. If you want to screenshot that, it's also will be in your supply list. There's other colors that are comparable to that color. That's just the one I happen to have. So it's just a really good color. This is the color it comes out for the most part, if you can see that. And this one I did a little bit lighter. And I don't know if you can really tell that in the light, because it kind of gets a glare there. So can you tell that better? So this, the mug one, the Hershey mug one, is a little bit lighter. So I just added a tad of white paint in that. So it's just all the look you want. You know, you kind of gauge what you do it how you want. Now, I use a kitchen scale, which is like this little kitchen scale, because I have it, but it's kind of like a science. You want it to be equal parts, but you could also like take, say you want to do a quarter of a cup of each, I don't know. You could take, or like so many ounces, like measure in an ounцing cup. I want to do 3 ounces in each one. So put it in here and make a mark. And then put 3 ounces in this one and make a mark with a Sharpie. And then dump the water out and dry it really good, really, really good. Let it sit a minute, make sure it's dry. You can do it that way and then add the two together. I'm just going to use 1 cup and just going to use my scale. So I just think that's easier. I mean, since I have a scale, if I did not have a scale, I probably wouldn't go buy one to do it. I would just do it the other way and kind of mark it out. So let me bring you down a little bit so you can see. So this is, like I said, my scale for it. No, that's not going to work. Never mind. I was going to try to flip it, but that's not going to work. So I just use this clear cup. I use a wood popsicle stick to stir with, just because it's disposable and I can throw it away. But you just basically have 2 bottles in here, and I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but I read that like you should always mark your caps A and B to match your bottle, so you don't get them mixed up, because it can mess with it if it gets up in the cap. I don't know if it really does, but I do that. I just take a Sharpie and mark it. So I set my cup on my scale, and it's on grams, and it says, well, let's turn it off and start again, so I don't, well, maybe it doesn't want to go off. I was going to try to clear it. Okay, so it says it's 8 grams, so I zero it. So when you zero it, then it takes the weight of this and then shows just 0 on here. Minus is the weight of your cup. Okay, so I'm going to do, I usually just pick a number. I've got 2 cups left to do that we got ready last night. So I'm going to do that one. Let me move some stuff. And the red snowflake one. So that's the 2 I'm going to do. So I don't need a lot. So I think I'll do about, I don't know, maybe we'll try 30. We'll see where we're at. So I'm just watching my digital scale. Just says right now I'm just going to go to 40. So when I'm getting close to that number, I want to be really careful, because you still have stuff pouring out and it's still computing. So I have 40 grams right there. So I'm going to wipe my cap so it doesn't stick or anything. So now I'm going to take part B and put 40 grams in it. So I'm just going to double it, so I want my scale to read 80. So I'm just going to put it in here. Ooh. I think I went over, well, it said 80, and that's what I meant, like slow down, because then it went to 81, which is probably close enough, but I'm just going to put like a drop of that to see if that, well, maybe 2 drops. There we go. All right, so that's all I'm doing, adding that. Now, after you get it in there, you have to mix the two together for at least like 5 minutes. So I'm going to do it for 5 minutes, and I'm going to start a timer on this. It has 7% left, so we'll see if it can start a timer. Hopefully it can. I was going to have Megan tell me, but I was afraid that there's a delay, and I was afraid I might not get it in time. So I can move my scale. I don't need it now. So I'm just going to, and you should stir slow, because the more vigorously you stir it, the more bubbles you will have. But I will tell you, this one looked frothy. Like I was in a hurry. I really stirred it. And when I was really stirring it, I had a lot of bubbles. But as it sits, they just pop out. Like you can't even see them now. So it's fine. But I do try to just keep scraping the sides and just kind of go around the bottom and scrape the sides. Just keep doing that. So I'm going to add a little bit of paint, and you don't want to add a lot. A lot of people use alcohol paint. I just, like if I messed in resin all the time, I would invest in it. But like I used white when I did my, I shouldn't stop stirring. When I did my milk bottles, I just used white paint as well. And for this, I just used brown paint, and it works fine. You just don't want to put a lot, because you don't want to throw off the whole, I'm going to say science, but I don't know if that's really what you call it. But you just put a little bit, and then stir it and kind of see what color you've got. So it really doesn't take a whole lot, but you might need to add a little bit more, because you don't want it to be really transparent. You want it to look like muddy water, but you also want it to have good color. So during this 5 minutes, is there any questions? Because I hate that you have to just sit and watch me stir paint. But I'm going to put 2 more drops in there. So is there a question? So the bubbles will go away. Yes, it will go away after it dries. When I was reading about it back before my craft show, when I was going to do them, I read on a resin information thing that if you put it in the refrigerator for like the first hour, that kind of slows it down and helps less bubbles. Like it'll kind of make the bubbles not, I don't know what it does. Anyway, it's supposed to make like it not have as many bubbles, or them, I don't know. So I did that like for one batch, and the next batch I didn't, and it didn't even make any difference. It had all kinds of bubbles, and you can even take like a little straight pen or something and like pop them, but some of them are so fine. Like I said, this looked totally frothy, and it doesn't now. You can see that it does not at all. It doesn't. But like, let it sit like 45 minutes. I don't really know that I finished saying that. And then go in, and it should be a lot tackier. It won't be liquidy. And you can take a toothpick and kind of poke in the center, because that center's never going to show with your whipped topping on top. So that's a good place to do it. If you put your marshmallows in too soon, they won't, like I try to put some like at an angle. Like you can see that is at an angle kind of down, and those are laying down. And like I said, I was in a hurry, and like I like to stand some up on end and then lay some down. I'm going to do extra because I keep using my hand. And then I like to lay some down. I want it to look natural. They're not going to all be laying perfectly. So I like to have some kind of tilted, some kind of a little more sunk than others. And in order to do that, you have to kind of wait for it to tack a little bit. And then I put some peppermint, little things. I think those are in my Amazon store, but I did not put them on the link for it in my list. So, and if you're not on my email list, if you're not, you can use my Linktree list. Use my Linktree link, and it has all of the places you ever want to go. It has all my stuff on it. The very first link, I put it in there last night because I was getting questions about it. The very first link is so you can sign up for my email list. So you can click on that and it'll take you to it. Do not worry, I rarely send out emails, and if I do, it's usually, sometimes it's information, but most of the time it's like a free pattern or this or that. I'm not a big emailer, but it is a good way to send stuff when I need to. So anyway, there's the timer. I'm going to add a little bit more white and stir it just a tad more. It doesn't hurt to over stir a little bit, but you don't want to under stir it. Alright. So, there we go. So I'm going to make sure I stir that white in. I just put a little bit. So there it is. Looks pretty hot chocolatey. Could also kind of be coffee and cream if you want to do coffee instead. You could definitely do coffee. You could even do black coffee and just use a really dark brown with some black in it. So, all kinds of stuff. Okay. You want to use it, Monica said, do you have to use it within a certain time? You have like a little bit of an open time, but you want to have your stuff ready, like be prepped. Like we did all the cups, like had everything ready last night. We sealed all the edges. We had everything ready. We made our snowmen, so they're ready. If you're using any embellishments, have them ready. You know, like if you have clay sprinkles, whatever you're going to use, the peppermints, just have everything ready. If you're making, if you've been on my page for a while and you participated, or not participated, but watched last year when we did all the fake baking, have your miniature marshmallows ready. We did those last night as well, so I have those ready. I have a chocolate chip mold, and so I have painted those and have them ready. You want to be ready. This is my chocolate chip mold, and I just molded them today, and I usually leave them in the mold. You can see how they come out really easy. But then I just paint them, and I use, well, I don't know where that color is. It's probably down in my basket. I have a basket where I was working, so that's the other one I just took out. You can see the little curly Q on top. Let's see. Well, I don't know what I did with it. Here it is. It's called dark chocolate. That's what I use on my chocolate chips. It's a very good milk. It says dark chocolate, but it's a very good milk chocolate color. If you want your stuff to be dark chocolate, just add a little bit of black or use a little bit of a darker brown. So you have an open window. I don't know how long. I would say 15-20 minutes. I'm really not sure. But I have all my stuff ready to go because I want to get right on it before it starts getting tacky. So I have this mug, and we sealed all the way around with glue gun so it won't have any leaks. So I just pour it in, and it'll just kind of go where it needs to go. Make sure you clean all your glue gun strings up too. I did that. I forgot to tell you that. So there you go. So you just kind of, if it doesn't go clear to the edge, just kind of use your popsicle stick thing to get it to the edge. So I'm just going to set that aside because there's nothing we can do with it right now. It'll have to sit for a little while. Now this one I sunk the foam board a little farther down in, so you can let it, that one goes, the one I just did kind of goes clear to the rim. You don't have to pour this clear to the rim. You can leave it a little bit, you know, like sunk down a little bit. So it doesn't take much resin at all, just till you cover that. So the bigger the cup, the more it's going to take. But like I did, I don't even know how many cups I did for Warren. I had a lot of them. But you just can have them ready, and you don't have to mix up a big batch at a time, but like if you're doing a bunch at a time, just do it like in 2 or 3 batches. Just mix it up, and so that came out pretty good. So that's what I have left over. I can't smell it at all. I have heard people say that some of them really smell worse than others. I don't know, but this one does not. So I don't know if you can see that good, but you know, it's very movable. But I just set it aside. I want to show you this. I don't know if you can see. I don't want to spill it. Let me see if I can tilt. Oh, I don't know. Can you see how there's like almost like a little bit of a foamy look on top? I think you can see it in the camera because I can see it on my iPad over here. Like all that will go away. So, I don't know if you can see it, but it almost looks foamy. It almost looks like it really, like when you stir hot chocolate, how it kind of looks. But all that will just disappear as it sets up and dries. So then just check it in 30, 40 minutes and see if it's kind of getting tacky. I use a toothpick, and then when it's ready, then just, like when it's set up a little bit, but you can still mess with it, then you can just stand some of your marshmallows up, lay some down. I don't always scatter them even because naturally they're not going to be even. So like I don't have any as much over here. Like I don't have them spaced just perfectly. Like those aren't spaced just perfectly. You kind of just want it to look very natural. So this one's got some air bubbles too that are starting to show, and but they'll be fine. They'll dry out, cure out. So now we're going to start on the fun part. This is the part I really like. So I showed you at the beginning the patch and paint from Home Depot. It's lightweight spackle. There are tons of different kinds. You may have a certain kind you like. Use what you like. That, through trial and error, is absolutely the best one that I have found. It really is a dream to work with. So, now have everything ready, because this doesn't set up like it takes like a day or so to dry. But like you want to get your stuff stuck in it right away, because you don't want it to just get a little bit of I was going to say like a little hardening on the top a little bit. You want to get all your stuff in it before that happens. You can also, if you can see these, you can see where I put chocolate syrup, like a chocolate fudge syrup. You don't have to do that. You can drizzle it even over it if you want. To make that, all you need is Mod Podge, but I use the glossy Mod Podge, and I don't know, here it is. So I use this kind in gloss, but it's gloss. This is matte, but you want the gloss. It has an orange label, and I have it in the supply list tagged. But all you do is mix that, and this is like heavy body dark brown paint. So the one I linked is the one I like the best, and it is Liquitex. This is the white of it. But I linked it, and it's just, I think it's burnt umber or raw umber. I can't remember which one, but I linked it. But it's acrylic paint, but it's really, really thick. So where the other acrylic paint is really runny, you can use that, but it doesn't have the same consistency. So see, this is like a much thicker paint, and like where the other one would just run off, and it doesn't. So that, the more like regular acrylic paint like this that you add to your Mod Podge, it just makes it, it's just thin. It stays relatively thin, but this is much thicker. It's almost like a gel instead of a liquid. So so I put it in a little squeeze bottle. This is a Make-A-Mold candy bottle from a long time ago, but I think I've heard people say they have little squeeze bottles at the Dollar Tree and stuff like that. But I like to use it in a squeeze bottle. So it works really well. So all you're going to do is mix that up. like I said, that's an optional step as well. You don't have to do it, but I just kind of take it and just kind of, you just kind of swirl it in. I think I'm going to have to clean my tip. Doesn't feel like it's obviously not flowing well. But like, I'll take it out a little bit further because that really won't show. But I haven't used this since my craft show. So I like fill my bags. I keep them filled all the time. And then I keep this filled. And then that way I don't have to remix it every time I want to use it. And I just keep them in freezer Ziploc bags. And the reason why I use freezer ones because they keep a lot better than just a regular storage bag. They're a little bit, I guess they're thicker or whatever, but it just seems not to dry out and stuff nearly as much. So I've got a plug in there. And I did squirt a tiny bit because I didn't want to do what I just did and go on and then it not be flowing right. And it did okay, but there's the club. I just pulled it out. So anyway. So after it sat a while, the paint down in the bottle didn't dry out, but in the tip because it didn't have a little lid on it. So we should be good to go now. So let's try that again. So I'll just spit it everywhere. So I'm just going to kind of, you can go over your marshmallow if you want. There we go. Now it's cooking good. I went over my snowflake and I didn't want to do that. But, so if you didn't want to put whipped topping in the middle or very much, you can play with that. But see how it kind of stays because it's so thick? It doesn't end up running like it does with paint. Okay, so I'm going to put some syrup on them and just kind of do that. Like I said, this is an additional step that you don't have to do if you don't want. So it's just kind of fun to do it, but not absolutely necessary by any means. You can even, if you want to save and not waste it, you can kind of skip that middle part because it probably won't show, or just do it on the ends. But I just kind of get going in a pattern, so that's why I ended up just kind of get a rhythm going. So then the disposable cup, or paper cup, not disposable, we'll do a little bit on it as well. So it's just kind of fun to use. I think I said that already. So I got a little bit on the side, and I'm just going to wipe it off. There. All right. So that's our chocolate sauce. It's very simple to do. Just glossy Mod Podge and like a heavy body acrylic. Okay. So now we're ready to go with our whipped topping. So I've already put it in the bag. You saw me do that at the beginning. The tip sizes I use are a 1M and a 2D, I think is what it is. And I linked that on your supply list as well. But this one's kind of more of a closed tip, and it's laid there and dried. It's kind of more of a closed tip, and the other one is more open. So we'll do this one first. Oh, I know what I forgot to tell you. You need to have everything ready, and then I didn't. I have a collection of straws. So after each holiday, when they mark stuff down, I pick up, like I've got all kinds of colors, because I like to do them for, like, do stuff for Easter, 4th of July, so I have red and blue, but I can also use a lot of the red out there for Christmas and Valentine's Day. Just all kinds of fun colors. So when you see them, just pick them up. They aren't expensive anyway, but I try to pick up a lot of stuff after the holidays in like candy making supplies and stuff, like real candy making supplies. So you want to cut them because you don't need the full length of the straw. So I don't even know what colors I'm going to use. I love these buffalo check ones, but most of my mugs are kind of more just winter, but I guess I could use, I don't know, this is kind of a metallic shiny. Ooh! I forgot that wasn't set up. Oh my word. I picked it up, poured it everywhere. I told you this day was crazy. I forgot that it wasn't set up. I have them all sitting here and forgot. Oh, you guys. You're probably cracking up. At least I didn't ruin my snowman. There is a bright spot in this accident. So let's clean. Thank goodness. Silicone mat. It'll just come right up off of there. I'm sorry. I've tried really hard to get all this together and give you the best information I can give, and I feel like I'm just crazy, is what I feel like. Let's get some new straws out. Let's try again. I look over here and I see no comments. I'm a straw freak. Okay, so here we go again. Important, you need to trim your straws. So I'm just going to trim some down. I like I usually make them, if I put two, like a staggering, like, you know, one shorter, one taller. So I'm just going to cut some random pieces here and move this. Luckily, I will still be able to use this thing because I had a lot in it and it was sunk down a little bit. So I'll just clean up the edge here real quick and salvage it. Actually, I really want to salvage it. Well, I was going to say I had a little bit left in this cup, but we'll just leave it. It'll go over there to the edge a little bit. Okay. Sorry. So I'm going to cut down. You can mix and match your patterns as well, and just kind of play with it and do what you want to do, whatever you want to do. So, but straws are fun. Like I said, they're in all different colors, and they can be fun to play with and add to it. So there's our collection. Put that in my basket. Out of the way. All right. Where was I at? This one. So just get ready to pipe and make sure it's coming out good. It holds its shape pretty well, but I just kind of go around. You can do it as big or as little as you want. When you add stuff and push into it, it is going to push down. So if you want a lot of your resin to show, you might want to not make it quite that big. But that's pretty decent. I'm going to push my snowman and stuff in there. I'm trying to move those aside. But before I do that, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of cocoa on it. And this is just real cocoa. I have in this bag. I'm just going to take some with my fingers and just put a little bit. And it looks so pretty when you just do the cocoa, or the real cocoa sprinkles on there. See how pretty it is? Looks fun, doesn't it? So I'll go ahead and kind of embellish this one the way we're going to embellish it. So we can just stick a, like I kind of try to, know it's going to be backwards for you, but I need to be able to look at it. I just kind of try to look at it and gauge like kind of how I want it. So I'm going to kind of put him kind of at an angle and just squish him down in there. And that's what I meant by if you kind of get your area in the middle littler, because when you press into it, it's going to squish out. I got cocoa on my fingers and I forgot to wipe them off and got them on my snowman. Of course I did. So I shouldn't have done that. There. So I'm just going to kind of push him down in there so he's kind of floating in the whip topping. So then we're going to add some straws. So I don't know, I've got these shinies and stripes. I don't know if that's too much with that. I don't know. let's do, I'm going to do this. So I'm just going to poke it in there, kind of at an angle. And as it dries, sometimes I go back and check, and like sometimes I have to push them back up. But I'm going to use a polka dot, a stripe and a polka dot. So I want my polka dot one to be a little bit shorter. And then I'm just going to angle it kind of a little bit in front of it, down like that. So, can you see it good? So you kind of want it angled a little bit. So you have time to mess with that, like it won't set up immediately or anything. So you can kind of play in it, okay? So then, the fun part, you know, you can just add, like we added some marshmallows, but you can also drop some marshmallows and kind of put them up in the whipped topping. Just put a few here or there. And I always do the back as well, because if it's sitting on a tray or whatever, you know, it's going to be kind of viewed all the way around. So you can just kind of don't just leave out the back, because that looks plain if you do that. So I just added a few of those there. That's just an example. You can also add a few chocolate chips if you have a chocolate chip mold. If you don't sweat it. Those are just extra accessories. You can totally do it without it, and it's fine. But the more you mess in it and play with it and get comfortable doing it, you might want to add some stuff. So I'm going to put like a chocolate chip back here and turn it more sideways. So it's just fun. It's just kind of fun to play with them. Now, another fun thing to put, I think I had some peppermint chips in that one, but then I covered them up. But I told you about the things you can buy to use to kind of also add in there. So let me see. I had another peppermint, and I don't seem to find it right now. But like this is just a little faux peppermint thing. So you can kind of just turn it, and you kind of just, gauge where you think it want it, and just kind of hold on to your snowman when you put it in there. And every time you push something in, everything kind of moves. So the whipped topping will kind of spread out. So, but anyway, you just add all kinds of things. This doesn't have a lot of support behind it. Don't be afraid to do this, because I've done it on a lot of mine. Like, I don't think it's going to stay good. So I have gone in, because you can't tell, I have gone in and piped, I guess you would call, like stick a little more. And then just kind of keep a toothpick or one of your skewers, and then kind of push it up. And it'll go up against that and hold it. So that's just something that I learned when I was doing them that kind of helped, because the more stuff you stick in, it kind of your whipped topping is going out and it's not holding it as well. And then you can sprinkle a little more of your cocoa so it makes sure it looks natural and not like an add-on. Just add a little bit and then you're good to go. So, and then you can just look at it and keep playing with it and kind of move stuff around. If you want to move him, I can cockeye him a little bit. I keep forgetting I have cocoa on my hands. And you can kind of just play with it until you get it how you think it looks right. Now, the final thing I do is I love glass glitter. You can use other kinds of glitter, just like an iridescent, or not iridescent, but a crystal glitter. But glass glitter is my favorite. It really, really has a good shine and sprinkle. And for this, it really has that shimmery, sugary sparkle. So it really, to me, just finishes it off. So I'm just going to sprinkle it while that whipped topping is still wet. I'm going to put it on there. And it will stick right to it. And it looks so pretty. That sparkle. I don't know if you can see in the light. Can you see where it shimmers? So like that really makes it, like, I don't know why, it just kind of puts the icing on it, so to speak. So let's do another one and see if we can do some other stuff. This is a perfect example of when I added that cookie, there wasn't a lot of whipped topping to support it. So I just squirted that dollop behind it to support it. And then when it sat up, it held it perfectly. But if you just put a bunch and then sink stuff in it to hold it, and you want your resin filter, it's going to spread it out so much, and then you're just not going to have enough. So that's why I like to go back in the back and kind of do a support, so to speak with it. So let's do this one, and I'll try to put it, that's our chocolate drizzle, which that looks neat, just like it is. Like you could just put a little tiny dollop in the middle, but nothing else. Like if you don't want to do the snowman, you could totally just do that and really bring it up and have a nice top on it. I mean, we're going to squish it, but you could have a nice top on it like that. Do your glitter in your hot cocoa, and it would be really, or hot cocoa, your cocoa powder. And it just looks like a mug of hot cocoa. It's a little bit crooked. See, I use my fingers a lot. Like, just reshape it. You can kind of just gently do it. And then, but these are really fun to sit out on a tray or at your table or whatever. They're just fun. So, for this one, I should have used one of my cookies. I have some down there, but I didn't get them out. So we'll just think another snowman. Let me wipe my hands first. Make sure I don't have anything on them. So I don't have any green straws this color. So I guess I don't have to put a straw in it. I usually do, but I don't have to. And I don't even have any peppermint in this one. I just kind of did it white little snowflake little thingies. So I guess with this one, I'm trying to think. We're going to use some Hershey pieces in, or some more one. But this is a little Hershey thing. So let me turn it. And I'm going to push this back a little bit. So I'm going to kind of sink that there, and the snowman there. And I'm going to put that little piece of Hershey chocolate sticking up. So can you see? I didn't sprinkle it yet with cocoa. I wasn't sure if I'd need any in the background. So I think that looks cute with the little Hershey bar. I'm not going to add any more marshmallows because you can see my outer marshmallows really well. But I am, since I did the chocolate, I'm going to add a few little chocolate chips just for fun. And just stick those in. I'll put one out here. So that's kind of, he's a fun little guy. But, so we're not going to, like you can do that and not add the straws. And it just looks just like a really good winter mug. Do you like it? Do you like it without the straws? I like the chocolate. Now, I think the chocolate will stay fine, but once again, any big piece in the back, and that's just something I learned in trial and error. Just go in and throw a little bit more in it. And keep a wooden skewer or toothpick or whatever, but if you have the wooden skewers for the noses, they come in quite handy. So it's just kind of up in the back a little bit, and once you kind of push it around, you can't tell that it's an add-on. It just looks like part of it. Now, since I sunk the marshmallow, which I should have, it's like I like to wait to do the cocoa because I don't like to get my fingers in and have to keep washing it, but at the same time, I don't really want to get it on my marshmallow. So I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it very carefully around. But I'll try to remember to do it next time before I put him in there. So now I'm going to grab some glitter again. Just keep moving everything out here. And I'm going to start in the back and put some back there and then just come around. But I love that look. So can you see him good? You like him? So he will leave him without any straws since I don't have any that really match him. But that would be really cute just sitting out. Just a really good chocolate mug. So he's cute. Sit him up there. I like him. So now let's do the s'more one. And I told you yesterday, like, this isn't normally, like, probably a mug that I would buy, but I thought it was really cute because it is Hershey S'mores. So let's get some whipped topping in there. And see how nice this pot pipes. It is just really nice. So on this one, I showed you last night where I have for my Hershey mold and graham crackers. So I cut one of these in half and painted it. And I did not have time to look up that video today, but I am going to try to do that and repost it tomorrow. So you can watch that if you want to see how to make molds. So I'm going to use a graham cracker. I'm going to kind of, I need to turn it so I can look at it. I'm going to do a graham cracker, and then I have this Hershey bar. I think I'll use this one, or I could just use the single one, but they're both Hershey's. This one I made this morning, and it isn't all the way dry. It takes them a couple days to dry, but I was pushing the limits. So anyway, I'm going to kind of push the graham cracker down in there, and I know I'll need to support it because it's just not deep enough to support it, and I want it cockeyed a little bit. So I'm going to come back in there and add some whipped topping. I might have to put on my glasses, and I don't want to do that. So we'll kind of angle that a little bit, and then try to see if I want to use one piece of chocolate or two. I think I'll do two. I'm trying to push my whipped topping up a little bit as I add that. So that's where we're at so far. So we have our Hershey bar and the graham cracker. And again, you can buy the molds in Etsy. You can buy the pre-made pieces. You can watch my video and make. The graham cracker was really easy to do with the silicone, and so was the Hershey bar. Really, really simple. Now, we can add a snowman to this, or we could just add like a big marshmallow. I don't know. I'm afraid he might be too big. I might just add the marshmallow to that. I think I'll just sink the marshmallow in there. Kind of. It's kind of like, this is the fun part, but it's also like, I don't want to mess it up. Like placing everything. So I'm going to kind of push it back in because I'm pushing it out. So it's pretty, I mean, in a way it's kind of forgiving. You can see that I'm just pushing it back, and by the time you sprinkle it and stuff, it won't show. But so we're just going to put that bigger marshmallow there. And I think I'm going to add some chocolate chips on it too, just because of what it is. So I'll just put some in here. We can add one to the back. So I haven't added a straw to this yet, but we could definitely add a straw. Go paint on that. Let's do. I don't know if I have enough room back here to stick them. Let me kind of maneuver that around. I might have to squirt a little more stuff. So I'm doing several of these. I don't want to bore you, but I just want to show you how, like, adding different things and doing different tricks. So I'm just going to squirt some more on there to support my straws. So I'm going to kind of poke it in there, and then that will give that a little more stability. So okay. So, isn't it cute? I think it's really cute. Perfect mug for that. So these straws came in the same pack, so they're kind of a shinier red, but it's a polka dot and stripe, but I thought it'd be fun to mix those. So I'll have to keep, until it really starts to set. I kind of just keep going back, and like while I'm working on them, I'll go back and pick up the mug, and kind of like that graham cracker was kind of going backwards, so I just kind of push my stuff up and kind of reposition it. So the night I made them for my show, I started, and it was late. Like Hank was injured at the time, and we were taking turns staying up all night because he couldn't maneuver himself by himself. And so I would paint because I was getting ready for a show anyway. So it was wee hours in the morning, and I just went. Like Mark would come back down. I would take the first shift, and then he would come down at like 5 or 6, whatever. Usually around 5. And but I worked clear through the night. I was so excited to do them, and I just kept working in them. I had a whole bunch of them going. They were just so fun. But when I had them all out, I just keep going back and like angling my straws the way I wanted it or whatever. So anyway, so I like it. I think it's cute. So I can even actually take that out and sprinkle if you don't want to get it on your marshmallow, and then just plop it back in. But it's easier if you remember to do it before. But that's too easy. So I'm going to go into the back, and this is just cocoa powder. It's the only thing real that I use, but everything else is fake. But it's fun to add that. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe my hand off again. So what do you think so far? You think it's nuts? You think it's nuts? Okay, I'll show you some cookies here in a minute too. I brought my little tray up, or my little display piece up. Okay, so all he needs now is the glitter, and he looks really good. I like him. So I'm just going to put some glitter on the back side and on the front side. And then kind of shake it off. Or you can wait till it's completely dry in case you're afraid you'll dump something. Because it'll only stick with what's wet. So anyway. So what do you think? I think it's cute. So it just has a marshmallow and then all the extra stuff. So we didn't put a snowman in that. But even in the back, it looks complete. So if it's on a tray or someone picks it up at your show or whatever, it looks finished all the way around. So really cute. Cute, cute, cute. So that's what we have so far. We have our Warm Winter Wishes one. And we have our S'more one. And then we have the Santa one. So, I don't know, you think I should mess with my resin one again? I'm trying to move some of it. I've got it all whopper jawed from where I spilled it. Goodness gracious. Okay, so the last one we have is just the snowflake one. It's just very plain, but yet it's very pretty. Like you could tie just a ribbon on the handle or something, because it's just very neutral winter with the embossed snowflakes. That's kind of nice. It has a few little peppermint pieces and snowflakes and marshmallows. So let's go again, and this will be the last one. Remind me to show you the cookies so I don't forget. So we'll put a snowman in this one for sure. I did this big 3 one because I want to use it in the bigger cup like that I did tonight, the black and white buffalo check one. You can use, this is a gingerbread I made. You can use so many different things, but I love doing the snowman, and people really, really like those at my show. So this one we'll do a snowman. And we can do whatever color straws in this we want as well, because it's just solid white. So let's see. I'll probably end up having to use more whipped topping. So there, I'm going to start with my straws and kind of angle them in there. And I'm going to just push that back. So we'll add this little snowman guy to it. So I'm trying to decide what else. We'll probably you can add a piece of chocolate to it as well, I guess. Oh, I know what I can add. I bought these, and I put this link in your supply sheet that you'll get. She's what I call the queen of fake baking stuff, like cookies and all this stuff. But her Etsy shop is called Annie's Treasures, and I put the link. But I buy some stuff off of her, like pre-made stuff, especially in the beginning before I made my own. But like I bought these. It's called like hot cocoa colored, like M&Ms. So just red and brown. So I haven't used those. So I'll use a couple of those. I'll see. But like you know, you wouldn't want to buy a bunch of this stuff. You know, not unless you're going to make several and things, because they can get expensive. But when you're making a bunch to sell or a bunch for gifts or whatever, it's kind of worth it because you can buy some and then just kind of use it in several and feel like you get your money's worth. So, but I don't know. I think Beth likes making the fake bakes as much as I do. Beth Coletti, I think she enjoys it a lot. So I've not ever used these M&Ms before, so I'm just kind of this is a new one to me. So I've just had these in my stash. But her shop is really fun. So I'm just kind of poking those in there. Put one back here. Kind of bury it so it looks more natural-like. I don't know if I should put another one or not. I'm going to put a half in there. Let me get my little skewer and stick him in there better. So that's kind of fun. Kind of a fun thing to do, I guess, that I've never done. So, I'll show you how much I love M&Ms. A lot of you know that. Amy Montgomery likes them too. I have some on my table that I was eating when I came up here to get ready. So, big M&M fan. But anyway, we'll make this one an M&M one. So, anyway. We could also, I was going to do chocolate chips, but there's really no sense to since we have M&Ms. We can use a few marshmallows, maybe stuck in, just right in the front there. What else can we use? You can put some peppermint. I don't want to squirrel him up too much, but you can add, you can just add several things. I don't know where my other peppermint thing went. I don't know. I've got this one, but we can use it. Let me see. Let me see what will look good here. I might have to take that M&M off and replace it if I put peppermint in. I might put a peppermint right there. I probably should have put his straws over further. I'm going to put a little icing back here, or whipped topping. I wish that was a tube of icing. I think I would just squirt it and eat it. I don't know if that shows enough or not. Let's cut another one. I should have added the M&Ms totally last. I think I'm going to pluck that back out of there and try something. Okay. I'm going to try to do 2 mints back there. See what that looks like. Kind of push him down in the front more. I've really squished him out. And then, let's see, we'll add another M&M over here. I have another M&M, but I think I'll leave it out. So he looks a little bit more pepperminty. I also have these peppermint chips, and I showed last year how to make peppermint sticks. With Model Magic, we use red and white, and they're really fun to make. But if you have any scrap pieces, you just can cut them up to make like little peppermint pieces. So you can kind of place those in there to look, kind of use the peppermint theme with it. So he's got a lot going on in him. He's got M&Ms and peppermint, and I just dropped that peppermint. Didn't even get it in there. So much you can do. I've just tried to show you different things in different ways you can do them. I can half see. I'm surprised. I really should just give in and get on my glasses, but I'll redo those straws as well. I totally missed the red side of that one. There. Tweezers are helpful too if you want to tweezer stuff in. But it's kind of fun to add the little peppermint chips. I'm going to a little gap right there, and I'm going to stick one right there. I don't know if it'll show a lot, but it kind of fills it in. Okay, I'm going to put a tad more back here under this. Pick that up and kind of squish it in. So now you see how I operate. I just mess with stuff until I think it's how I like it. So anyway, but I like the peppermint chips. They just add a little extra. Although I keep putting them on. I'm just going to have to put on my glasses. Oh, so much better. Gosh, I should have done that 10 minutes ago. Okay. Almost done. Almost done. Then I'll show you my fake cookies. And I'll go get your stuff emailed to you. All right. Oh. So I am going to sprinkle him now. I've got whipped topping more on one side than the other. Kind of came out to the edge. So if that bugs you, see, like I have more, kind of squished it more to one side, you can fix it if you don't like that to look like that. You can just take that out. You can fix, I was going to say you can fix anything, just about anything. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there and then I'll blend it in. I'm just going to kind of tap it down. So don't, I always say with wood, don't be scared. You can wipe off paint. You can try again. This is, to me, this is the same thing. I just made them for the first time for my show, but I feel like I messed in it enough that really, you just kind of figure out what works and then just go back and sprinkle it. And then we'll add like a peppermint chip or two and you won't even know. Like you won't know that we went in and fixed that. So don't be scared. Being kind of cockeyed there. And then I'll stick a peppermint chip right there. There. So, anyways, I'll fix. So, anyway. I have an extra M&M. I might put it right there just so it looks finished all the way around. So there is just a white and red kind of M&M peppermint look. But we have to glitter him and then he's done. And then I will show you my cookies. I'm sorry tonight was so disastrous. I really did not want it to go that way. I'm really sorry. So you just kind of sprinkle this around and all that wet spackling will pick it up. And I wish you could see in real life what that does. I know I keep saying that, but until you really, I wish you could see it. Because it makes all the difference in the world. It really does. So, I'll put that down and show you that one again. So I would, actually I have a piece back here. I didn't have that planned, but maybe not this material. I might use a polka dot or just a red. I have a red ribbon with some stitches in it, and I could get it, but I'd have to dive off the table again. But you can also dress this up with a little bow, because this mug is a little bit plain. But you could definitely tie a bow and dress it up. And you know how when we did the block snowman the other night, and have added tags to my stuff for years. So when we did that the other night, we added that tag. You can even put like hot cocoa or whatever little tag on that little handle, and that would just like bring it up a whole nother notch. And I will probably do that. I'll probably add some kind of little tag there that says you could put burr or hot cocoa. I don't know. You could do anything. So, but that one's kind of fun with the peppermint. So we have 3 snowman ones, but they're all a little bit different. The cups are a little bit different. And then this is our winter green one. Do you have a favorite? And then we have the Hershey's one with the s'mores, which I think is so cute. So these are staying really well too. I haven't really had to go back and adjust them. But see, it's been, I don't know how long. It's already kind of got a little bit of a hard shell on the top. So that's why I didn't wait to the end to glitter them all. I kind of do them as I go to make sure it sticks. So yeah. So anyway. So like, I don't think this one really needs anything because it says Hershey's S'mores. But like if you have a plain mug, like if we would have used a graham cracker in this. So, and I could go back, especially since I don't have a straw, I could go back and wedge, like I could wedge a graham cracker in there. And then I could tie on the handle and put like a s'mores tag or whatever. Do you like the white one, Tracy? I just saw that one. So I don't know. Like I kind of like this one just because the simplicity of it. Like it's just cute on its own. But I could definitely wedge the graham cracker in there. So do you think I should wedge it in there or do you think I should leave it? Because I could put a s'more tag on it or something. Or do you like it the way it is? What do you think? What do you think? Valerie likes the s'more one. Do you like the white one? I didn't know if you would like it as well. But really cute. This one would even carry you through Valentine's Day. Like, I mean, if you wanted to, if you had a Valentine tray with, let me show you. Hold on. And I have Valentine cookies, but I don't have them up here. I have this sitting downstairs, so I just picked the whole thing up and brought it. So these are fake baked cookies that I did for my craft show. And they're just really fun. So you take the Model Magic, and I have this on video too, but you take the Model Magic and roll it out just like you're rolling out dough. Just roll it out, and then I just take cookie cutters and cut out whatever shape I want, and then I use the icing. You can tint it, and when you tint it, I like to use all the acrylic gel colors. So I have a red, because if you use red paint, it tends to turn pink. So make sure you use like the acrylic thick gels. Now, for my people that watch me palette paint and all that, I have told you about, I have ribbon stuck to my arm. I have told you about this modeling paste, and it is in my Amazon store. And I think you can get it in different sizes. This is just a big one. But that also will turn any of your acrylic paints into heavy-bodied acrylic. So if you don't want to buy individual tubes, the best thing to do, if you have modeling paste, is just squirt your paint out, add the modeling paste to it, and it makes a thick paint. And then add it to your spackling. But that's all I did. I just made, I tinted my icing. I didn't do very many colors because I didn't want to have, 90 different icing bags going. So I did a red and a green, and then I just used fake sprinkles. So like that's just a regular round cutout that I did, and I painted them and then kind of sponged like a little bit of a brownish color on the edge, so it looks, you know how like cookies brown on the edges. And then I just put a dollop of that spackling, and then put the glass glitter and some red sprinkles. So it's really cute. These are really fun. I had some leftover resin, and I just tinted it red and made like a jelly cookie. I made this wall myself from a Petridge Farm cookie. and it was like a jelly cookie, and I hauled the jelly out, like scooped the jelly out of it and kind of froze it, and then made my mold and turned it upside down and put the silicone around it, and that's what I made with those. But they're really cute. So, but the icing is the same as that we use for the whipped topping. It's the same thing. It's patch and paint, spackling. Same concept. This one you can tell where I squirted it on, but you can also just take like a plastic knife, and like I did Snowman sugar cookies, and I just spread it on, and then I used an icing tip to do the scarf. But those are really fun. But like, I have a pecan mold, and that's just an oatmeal cookie that I made a mold for. Like when I made cookies, like if you make a cookie, you can save it, and I just pop them in the freezer or something, and then make a mold out of it if you want. But that's what that is. This is another kind of a cookie that, that's an actual mold I bought when I first started, and it is like 2 pieces, and then you just put resin in the middle. But I have the tree and chocolate chip, and then I made my own Oreo mold, and I did them with Christmas filling, so they're red. But Oreo molds are super easy to make, and it's fun to use those too. Like this would probably look really cute in this mug. Like you could do an Oreo in the back of it with your snowman. So there's so many things you can do. It's just how you can keep it very basic, or you can, kind of take it over the top and add different things. So you just do it on whatever level. But I did want to show you, like this is a chocolate chip cookie that I did. But the Oreos are fun. They're fun to do. So I just put them in. My mom got me this several years ago. It's actually Pioneer Woman. It's not old. It's just, but I've had it for several years, and I thought, well, that'll be cute. I'll just display my cookies in it. So I just kind of stacked them up. I don't know how I have them now. I'll have to redo it. But any of the cookies you can use. Like if you had a bigger mug, I will not spill this resin. Actually, it's a lot more set. But like you can put the whipped topping, and you can angle a cookie down in it, and straws, and so there's just a lot of things you can do. It's just let your imagination go and just have fun with it. I mean, I really enjoy it. I hope you do too, but they're pretty fun. So anyway, so I hope it will help you. The information will help you if you do want to make them. So yeah, I have a mini more Oreo mold too. I don't have any of those up here, I don't think. Oh, here's one. Here's a little mini Oreo. So I have a little Oreo. You can see it's a little Oreo. But like I bought, when I first started, I told you that last night, I bought, these are chocolate sprinkles and Christmas sprinkles, and those are really cute to use on the cookies, or you can use them on this. I should have used, all my stuff's too set up now, I should have used some of these on the chocolate jimmies on some stuff. This is a smaller snowman, like I just showed you of the cookie. It's a smaller one. I think it's smaller. Yeah, I think it's smaller. I don't know, maybe it's not. But anyway, I stuck a toothpick in it when it was wet, and I did like a mitten like that too. And these aren't painted yet, but I painted them like a sugar cookie color, and then browned the edges and then iced them. But like this mitten, if it was painted, would have been really cute in this, like a cookie set in there. So just lots of fun things that you can do. Okay? So I hope that you enjoyed it. So I don't know, did you all vote? I don't know if you voted, if you like this one best. So you have the green one, and the red one, or the white and red one. And then the some more one. And then just this one. So I don't know which one you like best. I kind of like them all. I love the way this green cup is made, because it's really, really nice. I love how it's raised and all that, but I don't care for the color of it. But after it's done, I really like it. I like it just I don't know. I like it. Oh, I forgot. Did y'all think I should add that or not? I forgot. So Jo said she likes the some more. She likes the red and white. Debbie likes the green one. My favorite, yeah, Megan's a big Oreo fan. So the jelly cookies are great. Yeah, they are cool. Anyway, but my advice to you about resin is most people say, oh, it's like so hard, I would never attempt it. I have never worked in it before. I just went and bought it. I had a coupon. I decided I really wanted to do it. I went and bought it. It is so simple. As long as you get it equal parts and just, I mean, it's very simple. You saw, oh, and see how there's no bubbles anymore. See how smooth and shiny it is? Remember it had a little bit of frothy bubbles? It's just perfectly smooth and shiny. The magic of resin. Yep. So that one, I'll probably decorate those in the morning while I still have my stuff out so I can get them all done, and then I'll have them ready for my show. I'll actually be ahead of the game, which is never happens. So leave it one. Oh, leave the some more off. Okay. I thought when I saw voting, I thought they were voting on which one they liked the best. I forgot. So okay. Yeah, I like it the way it is too. So I don't know. I don't know which one I like best. I like them all. But I just, for mugs, shop thrift stores. Look at garage sales through the summer if you do that. Restores have them. Mark picked up all these for me. I would just say, you know, when you're out and about, because he goes to those places anyway. And I've even gotten some in some antique stores if they weren't, you know, sometimes they have booze mixed in that just have not really antiques but stuff. So most of these mugs were $1.25, 50 cents, like nil to nothing. I don't remember if this one was $1 or not. But that just makes you make so much more on them. Dollar General has cute mugs sometimes. Our TJ Maxx and Home Goods have awesome mugs. And I even bought a Ray Dunn mug that I did for the show, but I marked it up way more so I would compensate the price of it because they were like $6.99. But I got some really cute mugs, gingerbread mugs and stuff at TJ Maxx that were just super cute, and they were like $3.99. And so I just put higher on those. That's what I said. I went clear up to $22.95 on my mugs, $19.95. And but if they didn't have as much or they were really small or something, then I would put $18.95 or whatever. So it just, but they varied up. But just super fun to make. So a fun conversation piece too when you just can set them out and kind of do a tray with a display or on your tiered tray or whatever. All right, so I won't keep blabbering on, but I appreciate you joining me. I hope, like I said, if you do this and you know all the ins and outs and you're a pro at it, maybe something you might have picked up a tip, or maybe it was entertaining to you. I don't know. I'm really sorry tonight was crazy. So, but anyway, they are just loads of fun. So. I just like to keep picking them up and looking at them. They're just so fun. Like that one, you can just look at so much stuff on it, just all the things. So, but anyway, I'm anxious to go down and show Mark this one because, like I said, he bought the mugs and stuff. But when he brought it home, he's like, "Oh, I didn't know, but I thought you liked s'mores," and I'm like, "That'll be perfect." So, very cute, very cute. So. All right, guys, I will let you go, and I'll be sending out an email with that supply list with the clickable links in it. If you have a question, you know, you can send it to me. Kim, you are very welcome. I'm glad you appreciate it. I know I don't always do it perfect. Heaven knows. I try. I feel like I try so hard, and I feel like I mess up a lot. But I do try. So, I appreciate you watching. So, anyway, Monica said she had a good time and she picked up a couple of tips. So, if you even pick up one tip, I guess it's worthwhile. So, anyway, so just a fun thing to do outside of painting. Just It's just fun. It's fun to dabble in some other things every now and then. So, but I love doing stuff like that. So look out for some mugs if you want to do it. Look out for like ornaments or something that you can cut the string off of and use in your cups. These were both from Hobby Lobby, packs of little ornaments. Look for straws as they're marked down, because you might want to make them like next fall for a show or craft booth or something like that you're in. Just be on the lookout for those kind of things, and just kind of start gathering your supplies in if you think you want to make them and make several. So, and just be on the lookout for bugs, or a lot of times people will be downsizing stuff too, and they'll be getting rid of stuff. So just have fun with it. So, all right, you guys, I have a bunch to do to get ready for Christmas. We're having Christmas next Thursday because of everyone's work schedule. That's how we have to do it, which is kind of a bummer, but better than nothing. So I've got a lot to do. So I have tried to get all this. I had to get all my stuff shipped out from Flurry Fest, and then this, and now I've got to hit the ground and get busy. I've got baking to do, and presents to wrap, and presents to buy. So anyway, but thank you all. I'll see you later. Night.